Hello, and we're back, and I'm throwing you straight into the middle of the capturing of this ridiculous folklore, which gave me so much grief, and that this is basically my second attempt. As you can see, it didn't really get me anywhere near as it did the first time. It's actually a very easy boss, and it's just so annoying, because it was probably one hit away from this last time, but now it's done. Finally done, and we can say goodnight to chapter 3. No, I don't feel sorry for you at all. You can burn in hell for all I care, because you freaking killed me when you were about dead yourself. No, not allowed. Still not over it. Raging. Oh, well, it's Herv anyway.
Herv. Thank goodness.
Ellen?
Why would you wish to be forgotten? Even after 17 years. There is someone who has not forgot you.
What?
Herv. Dr. Lester.
But why? Because I too have died. I was frightened to meet you. I'm very sorry.
But for what?
You did so much to help me. Herv, you didn't know this, but I failed to say Cecilia as well. I am the one who should be forgotten.
But Dr. Lester, Cecilia is alive.
What? But how? So what she said was true after all. How could this be? Yes, I see. This is a relief. Yes, of course. There is no mistake. I thought he already knew. That's what it seemed like, but oh well, okay. Whatever floats your boat, Dr. Lester. The floating boat of Dr. Lester.
Dr. Lester?
The Netherworld is a realm of the dead, but people who die normally do not end up here. Thank goodness Dr. Lester was able to go in peace. It was difficult for me knowing that I had caused Dr. Lester so much pain, but in the end Dr. Lester looked as serene as could be. Really? Okay. He was freed from his regrets over what happened in life.
You won't be going to the swamp of oblivion again, will you?
No, but Ellen, please stop digging into the past.
I'm beginning to piece things together. Who that woman was who lured me here, posing as my mother, about the people who died in the clinic. My roots are in this village. Please tell me, what happened at the church?
I can't. I'm certain that you're better off not knowing.
Wait, Mrs. Lester is tormented over this. Just what happened between you and Dr. Lester?
There's a tape in the desk at the church. Play that for her. That way. It will... yeah, failed reading that last bit, so I gave up, sorry. Alright, well, yes, we did it. Well, I did it. Finally. And angrily I beat that guy. Ha ha ha, excellent work, Ellen. I knew that our little messenger would come through for us.
It's not like that. I did it for my own reasons.
We do not hope that you will continue to assist us. We do hope, even. What a dick that guy is. Gurg. Well, I guess we better head back to Doolin, play that tape to Mrs. Lester, and head on to chapter 4. We'll have a little save first, because I'm not beating that boss again. The angry boss, the one that makes you stall for time. It's literally just a stall, that one. It's not even difficult. It just stalls you and stalls you and stalls you and and it kills you when you're like still alive, still in the prime of your life. It's just you have no idea. It made me so angry. Not that angry. Not angry enough, but angry. So here we are back in Doolin on Dwarf Beach, and we're gonna head up to Mrs. Lester, but I guess we're going to the church first because we need to find a little tape that's been sitting for 17 years. We need to grab it, we need to play it, we need to listen to it. I don't know, what kind of tape is it? TV tape or a cassette tape? I was assuming cassette, but you never know. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Mrs. Lester, well, she'll be on the way, won't she? So I can have a little word with her. I wonder if she's upset about her husband dying. Maybe not. No, she's not there. Okay. To the church it is. as Keats' little hole, because Keats is obviously a hobbit. Hobbit Keats. To the church now.
Seems to be locked.
No, I didn't mean to look at the door again. Okay, so when Keats turns up, it's already open because Ellen's found the key, which means talking to Mrs. Lester first is probably the best idea. I assume that the Lesters, having been doctors in the church for a while, have a key to the church. That's the plan, I guess. That's the plan. Now, what does clicking R3 do? Nothing. Okay. In here. Dr. Lester's home.
Mrs. Lester, Herb told me the doctor's cassette tape is in a desk.
Inside a desk?
It must be in the church. My husband's desk is in one of the rooms there. Once when I tried to go into the church, I was scolded harshly by my husband. That's why I've stayed far from it for 17 years. My husband often went there without telling me. I have the key. We shall go. I must know.
Rhyming old grannies. Rhyming, rhyming, rhyming. She's a rapper. Ooh. Let's fast forward through this.
What's this?
This is Herb's tape. It's got a letter as well. Sealed envelope. Let's have a listen.
I felt hopeless when I was told of my condition, but Dr. Lester told me the preciousness of life, and the warmth of this village has thawed my icy outlook. Although my remaining time is little, I live each day to the fullest. I owe it to Dr. Lester and Cecilia to embrace what they have given me. This village is my home. Thank you, Dr. Lester. May you help many more as you have helped me.
Well, isn't that nice and sentimental? And she's crying.
This is Herb's message? And he still feels exactly the same way? Yes. Oh dear, Herb. I don't know what happened, but he does not despise my husband. Thank you for telling me about Herb. I'm so glad that I asked you for help. May you find a silver lining in your past too. Thanks, Mrs. Lester. You know what? If Cecilia were alive, I believe she would be just around your age.
That's because she is Cecilia, fool.
Before Herb died, she came here with an injury. She was saved, but then villagers started dying, beginning with Herb. Cecilia fled the village with her mother amongst the confusion. Could she still be alive? We received a letter telling us otherwise. It was tragic news. I remember it well. I see.
Well. So, this begs the question, who was that girl that we met in the strange pub room not so long ago? And we will have a save and we will get on with chapter 4 for a little bit. A little bit. Chapter 4, Darkness. Well, this sounds more morbid than Childhood or whatever the last one was, I can't remember. There's Cecilia.
Mother. A letter? Why? What's this letter for? But I'm alive.
Ooh. Was that a dream?
What was that? I must have had a dream of some sort. I feel like the secret to my past is just within reach. I must find out more about Cecilia. Harriet, I wonder if she'll be able to tell me anything now.
And will we find Harriet dead? That is the question. I think it's about time that she died. Now, I think this is pretty much the chapter where Harriet said, "Oh, I'll tell you everything, Keats," and then Keats finds her dead, so perhaps we're going to find her dead now. Cue the evil music. Oh, she's alive. Damn.
Could you tell me about Cecilia?
Cecilia made a fairy prayer. Legend has it that whoever prays at Henge for 9 days will have their wish granted. That girl was special. She could see fairies.
And you tried to ask Cecilia about something? Yes, I tried to find out what she saw beneath the henge. What do you think it was? Fairies that grant wishes. Do you believe in them? There is nothing of the sort beneath the henge. Who would be so naive to think that fairies would have nothing better to do than grant wishes? You are quite right. I do not believe in such a thing, not anymore at least. But at the time I felt differently. I was an actress when I was younger until the incident. I had to give up my dream, but I could not forget the excitement of my former life. And this is about Cecilia. She suffered a serious injury beneath the henge. She was brought to Dr. Lester. The injury could have taken her life, but Cecilia survived. But why? Why did Cecilia suffer that injury? And why did Herb die? Eventually, I will answer these questions. But the people, please, wait a little longer. I'll tell Keats, that magazine writer. It takes an outsider to tie the story together sensibly. Well, what on earth is wrong with telling me? Well, you are not an outsider. You ought to know that. No more tragedies will occur at the henge. Like they did to me, you and that Dr. O'Connell, who came into the village recently. Was he infected as well? Why don't you ask him yourself?
Right, so Harriet is about to die. When Keats turns up, Harriet will be dead. And we won't know. I guess it's the hag still, but let's go talk to Dr. O'Connell. Not Doctor, Mr. O'Connell, who is not standing in his usual place. Awkward, but his house is right here, so we'll check out his house, shall we? Mr. O'Connell's home. There you are. Please hypnotize me. What do you need? I have something to do. Are you searching for something at the henge? Oh, so what is if I am? Alright, you're the woman everyone's talking about. What do you know? Are you going to help me find what I'm looking for? Do you know anything about the henge? Other than useless village folklore mystifying it? On the day of Semaine, I had a strange experience beneath the henge. Beneath the henge? You went under that thing? I heard that the entrance opens only on the night of Semaine. I'm looking for a fellow scholar who disappeared. Her name is Lucy. I called her Lulu for a short though. Lulu and Lucy have the same number of letters, you muppet. She left to explore the ruins and has not been seen for a week. She must be somewhere in the village. The car that I lent her is still here. Was she searching for fairies? That's right. She's doing research on folk mythology. That's why she went beneath the henge? Wait, I know! There may be a way that we can find out if she's still alive. Do you have anything that she left behind? She left this medallion. It was near the henge and... Past medallion. And what else? Tell me. Spooky. Or could it have looked like this? There are documents left behind by Lulu. This shows the door. This crest forbids entry by all except the spiritual mediums. The door was deep within the cloak chamber. Was Lulu trying... Oh, hang on. Oh, hang on. Wrong voice. I'm not sure if this will work, but if Lulu is no longer here in this world, I may be able to pick up on her voice. Perhaps Lulu uses medallion too. Yes, let's head to an altar at night time and try and find Miss Lulu. Lulu, Lulu, what are you going to do? Rose medallion. O'Connell, I'm sorry. I was unable to return your car. She's dead. O'Connell's car? So it seems Lulu is dead. And on Keats' crew, I've never heard of this Lulu, so, exciting, it's a new member. Ooh. Oh, we're going to be teleported straight there.
If only she hadn't come to this village, she wouldn't have lost her life.
So we enter
fairy wall number 4, which I think is the labyrinth. Yes, it is. It's the endless corridor. Well, if you certainly have come far. What is this place? This is the endless corridor. It represents the eternal anguish of those who have lost their belief in the afterlife. Incidentally, it was created by inhabitants of the modern world, people much like yourself. Once people envisioned a paradise that was attainable after death. This concept gave birth to the fairy realm, and indeed to the creation of fairies. Now, have a good look at this place. There is something even remotely reassuring about an afterlife that looks like this. For the sake of both the netherworld and the realm of the living, this twisted reality must be corrected. Where is the folklore? The endless corridor is Levain's territory. Only she would know. Levain? The woman I met in the Undersea City? That is correct. She is responsible for tainting the netherworld. You must fight Levain, and that man Keats as well. You should be ready.
Well, there you go. So we must challenge Keats apparently to a duel, and I believe Keats would win because Keats is awesome. Well, to be honest, Ellen's not so awesome. So thank you for watching. We will call it a day. They are.